You know that moment when you throw on a fitted shirt, check yourself in the mirror, and everything looks solid until you turn to the side and those love handles are still hanging there like they came with the outfit? They don't just sit quietly either. They ruin your shape. Doesn't matter how much your chest has grown, how wide your back looks, or how strong your arms are. If fat is clinging to your sides, it kills the sharp look you're aiming for and instead makes you look like the pear phone from iCarly. And here's the thing, love handles are stubborn. They don't vanish with a fat burning workout or some quick fix. They hang on. That's why they're called handles. If you're watching this, chances are one of these is you. You're skinny fat, lean arms, but the waist gives it away. You bulked up, but now the gains are buried under softness, or you already lost weight, but the sides refuse to budge no matter what you try. Well, this video's for you. I'm breaking down the 4 biggest mistakes that keep love handles stuck. Fix these and your waist shrinks. Your V-taper shows. Oh, and mistake number 4, miss it and you'll waste months trying to lose that weight. Let's build brick by brick. Mistake 1, love handle workouts. Let's start with the biggest scam in fitness, love handle workouts. You've seen them, 10-minute YouTube videos promising to torch side fat. Trainers telling you to do 100 side bends a day, or some influencer doing bicycle crunches with captions like, "Say goodbye to your muffin top." Here's a reality. You can't spot reduce fat. You can't crunch fat off your waist. Fat loss doesn't work like that. To put it in perspective, doing ab workouts to lose love handles is like trying to empty a pool with a coffee cup. Technically, you're doing something, but it won't make a real difference. What actually happens? You burn a few calories, sure, but your body doesn't go, "Oh, we're doing side crunches? Let's pull fat from our love handles specifically." No, it pulls fat from wherever your genetics and biology decide. And your love handles, they're usually the last to go. The sad part is, a lot of people waste months on these routines thinking they're putting into work, only to realize they're just building frustration. They get stronger abs, but the fat covering them, still there, and their waist remaining the same. Making this adjustment benefits you because it shifts your focus from gimmicks to the things that actually move the needle. A reduction in calories, consistent cardio, and building muscle all over your body. You want your love handles gone? Burn fat everywhere. Strengthen your core for stability, sure, but don't fool yourself into thinking side planks will magically carve a V-taper. So don't waste your time doing these exercises. Do the real work. That's how your waist actually shrinks. Mistake number 2, no diet accountability. Here's a tough truth. Most people think they're eating clean, but their stubborn fat says otherwise. I can't count how many times I've heard, "I don't even eat junk food. I cut out soda. I barely eat during the day." And while that sounds good, here's the problem. When it comes to fat loss, your body doesn't care about how clean your food looks or what time you eat. It only cares about how many calories you put in. Of course, the healthier your food choices are, the better your body will feel on your fat loss journey, but you can eat a perfectly healthy diet and still not lose weight if you're eating too much food. You need to calculate your total daily energy expenditure, or TDEE, which is basically a rough estimated number of calories you burn each day. You can search TDEE calculator on Google and click one of these websites to calculate it. Once you find the number, subtract 300 to 500 calories from it and eat that number of calories for the next 10 days. If you're not tracking, you're guessing. And guessing is why your love handles are still there. Here's how it usually plays out. Someone swears they're eating light. Chicken, rice, maybe a protein shake, but then they forget the handful of nuts, the extra drizzle of olive oil, the late night snack, or the alcohol on the weekend. These things easily add 500 to 1,000 calories more than they realize. And that's all it takes to stall progress. Think about it like managing money. You can feel like you're saving, but if you don't check your bank account, you'll be in the same position without knowing why. Food works the same way. If you don't measure it, you're not in control. Here's the fix. Do a 10-day food audit. Track what you eat, weigh yourself daily, and observe the patterns. Use an app or even a simple note on your phone. Don't guess, don't estimate, write it down. At the end of 10 days, you'll know exactly why your weight is stuck. And when you make changes, fewer calories, more protein, less snacking, you'll know they actually work because the numbers back it up. Love handles don't come from soda alone. They come from lack of accountability. Start tracking and you'll start winning. I have a video of the 5 best affordable foods to eat while you're losing fat. Check it out after you hear mistake number 4. Mistake number 3, not moving enough outside the gym. Here's another hard truth. If you're only focusing on the 1 hour you spend in the gym or the 1 hour that you do a workout, you're missing the bigger picture. You could crush a workout, sweat dripping, weights moving, lungs burning, and still be considered sedentary by sitting down, watching Netflix, and working on your computer the rest of the day. Think about it. A tough lifting session might burn 300 calories. Solid effort. But then you sit at a desk for 8 hours, drive home, and spend the night on the couch. Suddenly, your active day doesn't look so active. Fat loss isn't just about what you do during your scheduled workout. It's about how much you move in those other 16 hours that you're awake for. And I get it. Life is busy, but here's the thing. Daily movement doesn't have to mean torture sessions on the treadmill. It's built into the little choices. Taking the stairs instead of the elevator, parking further away, walking while you talk on the phone, adding a 10-minute walk after dinner. And if you like to watch TV or play video games, at least stand up while you enjoy. Consider getting a walking pad to put in front of the TV. Do 50 jumping jacks in between episodes or your game sessions. That's called temptation bundling, but that's a video for another day. These won't feel like much in the moment, but over time, they stack up like compound interest. Going back to the analogy I used for mistake number 1, burning fat is like emptying a pool of water. You can scoop it out once a day with a coffee cup, that's your workout, or you can open the drains at the bottom so it slowly empties all day. That's your daily movement. Which one do you think will empty the pool faster? Here's the fix. Aim for 8 to 10,000 steps per day. It's not the magical fat burning number, it's just a simple benchmark that ensures you're moving enough outside the gym. If 10K feels overwhelming, start with 6K and build up. The number isn't as important as the consistency. And don't tell me in the comments that you don't have time to walk that much. Check your phone screen time. And I bet if you replaced the 2 hours of scrolling each day on social media with some cardio, then you would be in the best shape of your life. Because here's the truth. Your workout builds muscle, but it's your lifestyle. How much you move when you're not training that peels the fat off your waistline. Nail both, and those love handles don't stand a chance. Mistake number 4. No consistency. Here's the real reason love handles stick around for years. Not because you don't know what to do, but because you can't keep doing it. Anyone can stick to a plan when life is perfect, when your schedule's clear, work is calm, you're sleeping well, and motivation is sky high. But what happens when real life hits? Work piles up, your kids get sick, you go on a trip, you miss 2 workouts, you grab takeout food 3 nights in a row, suddenly you're telling yourself, I'll restart Monday. And that's how months slip by. Not because you're lazy, but because your plan was fragile. One disruption and the whole routine crumbles. Here's the truth. Being consistent doesn't mean doing everything perfectly. It means having a fallback plan for the messy days. I like to think of it as 3 levels. Level A, the perfect plan. Workouts 4 to 5 days, 10,000 steps, meals prepped, everything dialed. This is where you'll make the fastest progress. Level B, the busy life. Workouts 2 to 3 times. Steps closer to 7K. Simple, repeatable meals. Still moving forward, just at a slower pace. Level C, survival mode. No time for the gym? Fine. You hit 2 home workouts, walk 30 minutes a day, and avoid multiple takeout meals. You're not moving forward fast, but you're not falling backwards either. That's the difference between people who actually lose their love handles and the people who stay stuck. They don't drop to 0 when life gets messy. They adjust. They bend. But don't break. You can't control what life throws at you, but you can control how you respond. Think of a roadmap. When the highway's clear, you put miles behind you fast. When you hit traffic or rain, you ease up, take the next exit, maybe rest. But you don't drive all the way back home to restart. You just keep heading toward your destination. Lack of consistency is what keeps most people stuck in the cycle of losing and regaining the same 5 pounds. Strong consistency, being adaptable, having levels, refusing to quit completely, that's what melts off fat for good. Because fat loss isn't about being perfect. It's about never letting yourself drop to 0. So let's wrap this up. Love handles aren't stubborn because they're impossible. They're stubborn because of the mistakes we make. Doing love handle workouts, thinking side planks will melt fat, not being accountable with your diet, just guessing and hoping, moving heavy in the gym but sitting still the rest of the day, and the biggest one, lack of consistency. The second life throws you off, you hit zero instead of adjusting. Fix these 4 mistakes and suddenly fat loss isn't a mystery anymore. Your waist starts shrinking, your abs come through, and you don't waste months spinning in circles. Here's what I want you to remember. This isn't about perfection. It's about stacking more good days than bad days and refusing to let slip-ups snowball. If you can do that, the love handles don't stand a chance. And if you're ready to take this further, don't stop here. The next video is going to show you the exact blueprint to drop body fat while keeping your muscle. The strategy that makes your body actually look lean instead of flat. Click here before you forget. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming. And just know, this is a lifestyle, not a phase. Building brick by brick.